Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Abela lo kan yo. Ka go so di o. Hey. Awaye. Ati o lo a. Yao. Abela lo kan yo. Ni bi to jogba yi. Ni bi to nọmba. Ma ti si mo kan yo. Ma ga jiji. Ouais, t'es jamais forcé. Si tu connais, tu connais. L'animateur Choco, non, c'est y a 5 de Toyebi. L'homme a tout fait pour Mivito. Anitie les deux.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Good evening, folks. Samson to Liberian Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again this evening for tuning in to Liberian Public Radio. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Please share this video as much as you can. We'd like for you to please share this video so that at least people who want to listen to us will have the opportunity to do so. Please share this video as much as you can. It's very important to all of us that you share this video, folks. Again, Samson to Liberian Public Radio. We are here again this evening. I'm hoping that we will do well to make sure that you're happy with us, whatever it is that we're trying to discuss this evening. Thank you for the opportunity to be with you again tonight. It's a wonderful thing to have you tuning into Liberian Public Radio. Please share this video. Share this video as many times as you can. We'd like our brothers and sisters to join us. Please share this video as much as you can. Again, Samson to Liberian Public Radio, where every night we come on, either me or Mr. So will come on here and have the conversation with you while we're here at all times and trying to do the best we can in this public manner. Thank you very much. Thank you. Again, folks, Samson to Liberian Public Radio. We're here again this evening. We want to welcome all of you. Thank you for joining us. Safety. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening. We want to thank you for all your blessings. We want to thank you for all that you do for us. My God, as we're here again this evening, we're here to have discussion with our brothers and sisters. We ask you to take complete control of our thoughts. My God, we ask that you help us console the brothers and sisters, those that are going through pain tonight. We ask that you take complete control. Those that are having some issues, personal, whatever it is, my God, step in. Bring peace to their lives. Bring satisfaction to their lives. Those of us that you have given the opportunity, we say thank you. We ask for more, and we'll continue to come out here and praise you and pray to you, because we will never deny you. We say thank you for the opportunity to serve you. We say thank you. You are our Father. Thank you. Thank you, my Lord. As we come on again tonight, we ask you to bless the Republic of Liberia, the people of the Republic of Liberia, the leadership of the Republic of Liberia. Give them wisdom to do what is good for our people. My God, we ask you to bless the host country of the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay. So let's go ahead. Folks. Samson told Liberian Public Radio. And the panelists, if you get the information, come in here. Let's have a conversation. If not, we'll find us while we will discuss whatever it is we have to discuss. It's a very interesting night, to be honest with you. And so we will utilize the opportunity as usual, because we will do the best here to make sure, as you know, we bereave, of course, and we say to the family members, let's take heart. God is there. God will guide us all. Thank you for the opportunity again tonight. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Please stay with us. Samson to Liberian Public. Let me take a sip of water, because I'm getting ready to open the floodgate of Tabata. The floodgate of Tabata is getting ready to start, folks. So I've been perusing all of the internet and all of the newspaper and what have you, and I've been having some serious conversation with other members of the Republic, members, friends, and relatives, whoever it is, they're in Liberia, and we're having some serious conversation about our country, Liberia. Let me start this here. I was on here yesterday, and some folks, good friends of mine, the other people, you know who I'm talking about, the people who let them put their foot in their mouth, they came in here yesterday, and Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. Did I do that? Anyway, give me a moment here, folks. Give me a moment. Jesus. I need glasses. No question asked. No question asked. My glasses didn't serve me well tonight. You know, we come out here, we send messages to people from time to time, and sometimes your fingers just go and would do some stuff that are not quite the way they're supposed to be. And so it is tonight. Folks, just bear with me. Bear with me here. My goodness, Samson. Come on. Okay. Well, so be it. So be it. Jesus. Folks, we'll be back. Just stay with us. Just stay with us. But anyhow, in the meantime, let me just play music while I'm trying. Because I'm trying to respond to somebody here very quickly, please.
développé. Du sucre dans les bords. Chaque matin, il est gros. Matin, il peut m'embrouiller. Au blé en bébé, bon en billet. Baka ne gbe on billet, mon non, à ouais pas du bébé. Au blé en bébé, ouais, t'as la bon, ouais, non, de l'oeil, avec tes bons. Mais du coup, là, bébé, on bébé, on billet. Ouais, non, à ouais pas du bébé. Ma son we pa o abele ye di o ajiwe bele nuja le ye di o para no ma ba ku bi e se ge no awe o ajiwe bele nuja abele nuja yo le nuja yo para no ma ba ku bi e o boju ye di o ajiwe bele nuja o boju ye di para no ma ba ku bi e o na le ju ye di o ajiwe bele nuja. Nadi jo ye di o, pero yo ma ba ku bi a o de ba o ye di o. Adi wa te le nu ya. A o ade le nu ya yo. A o ade le nu ya yo. Ade mari ma wa be seri le. Ade mari ma wa be seri le o. Ade mari ma wa be seri le. Wera truwa no ma no seri le. Wera dale bonu ko di obe. Benu nya yo ye di o. Aho ade benu nya yo ye benu nya.
I'm bluffing you.
Wera yo ma ba ku bi o ya be benu do ta o. Wera yo ma ba ku bi o ya be benu fo so na o. Wera yo ma ba ku bi o ya be benu wa mi.
Okay, thank you. So, like I said, we've been one of the strongest supporter of this president. As I was on here last night, I still believe that, and I'll start with that Tabata again this evening. That those who are trying to put President Baka in the bubble, they will try to do some wrong things, and then they will come out, people will say, oh, the president know about it. While it may be true that the president perhaps have no knowledge on it, but we're not going to excuse that. These are things that we fought for, and we were on President. We are every day that no, we can't have these kinds of behavior, and they are creeping up again. When will Liberia ever learn for us to get out of these kinds of? I don't want to say. When are we going to have the opportunity to grow out of these things for the future generation and the unborn generation? When will we give them the opportunity for them to do what is right, for us to do what is right for them? My goodness. We hear every day, oh, this government will do this, and this government this, and this government that. And yet still, every day, the people will come and rub it in our faces and continue to do things that they're not supposed to. So this is where we are, folks. This is where we are. There are people in the government. I just hope, because I don't know what to stop right now. I just hope that this government does not become ridiculously worse than the one we took out. Because for people now to come, you know who I am? Is that what we're here for? You know who I am business? Is that what this thing is about? You know who I am? Is that what this thing is? Do you know what this is? Do you know who I am? Folks, this is just completely wrong. We can't have these kinds of government that people walk in a swamp and every other thing just so that they will have a government for themselves. Let me bring in Mr. Jerry Baker here, who has joined me this evening. Good evening, Mr. Baker. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Mr. Baker, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Mr. Baker, can you hear me, Jerry? Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, go in and come back. Go. Let me hear you say something. Yeah, go in and come back. Yes, try it. Okay. So why Jerry is going in and hopefully will be back. Let's continue with this process. So as I stated earlier, I've been on the social media going up and down. And there's this thing that I came across, front page, not front page, but a Daily Observer. And I'll read this here. It's unbelievable. The LRA bus was threatened by the House of Representatives, and they have subscribed to themselves duty-free privileges. And they are allowed to import 2 cars each. And it's apparently the RA bus, it's the saying he didn't want that. And they said, okay, we'll see who got the power. So they call him, and the justice minister, they immediately decided that indeed these people, because they didn't want no, justice minister didn't want no confusion with these people. So they decided we're going to bring these people. Let me try Jerry again. Jerry, can you hear me now? Jerry, are you there? Unmute yourself. Let's see. Are you muted? Are you muted? Unmute yourself. This is. This is not good. Okay, let me put it in the back here. All right. So, and they decided to, Mr. So, if you can come in here with your help, we will appreciate it. So please join us and help us out. This is no shame business. So if you can come in here, Mr. Francis so if you can come and join us to help, and you can just excuse yourself quickly, we'll appreciate it. But let's go on. So they kept on the Capitol Hill yesterday, the LRA bus at 10 went there, and they told him, and he agreed. In fact, they restore. They never stop it, but that they're not even going to do anything. So these people have the duty-free privilege. This is Liberia for you. Let me go on again. I don't want to talk all the time about myself. Jerry, are you there? So what's going on? God, I can't hear myself. Okay, Jerry, say something. Say something. Jerry, say something. Okay, say something.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you, but you can't hear me? I can hear you, Jerry. Do something with your earpiece. I can hear you, folks. Say something. Say something. Jerry, say something. Say hi. You're killing me. Let me see if I. Jerry.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
Now I got you. Man, it was on mute.
Yeah, but I could hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was saying, say something, say something. By the way, good evening. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
I think we're gonna have fun here tonight. I've been saying that some of the stuff that people have been reading with this government in Liberia, it seems to be that it is too soon to start serious conversation that seem to suggest that this train, if we're not careful, the wheels, not the front wheel, which President Baka is in the front, but the wheel, perhaps center wheels, and those wheels that are not quite functional might be falling out here very quickly. And it's very sad. And so I hope that they will find reason to try to tune this string, grease this string. It's making too much noise right now. The noise of the train is not allowing the passenger to enjoy the ride that this train has rescue train has offered. And if you know what I'm going, I'm not like the sedition who will come out here and make all kind of nyama to talk. But this is getting to be concerning. What's your take on it? And what's on your plate?
Yeah, precisely. I mean, I have some concern, and it's something for us to start discussing the issue because as we are right now, you see, what the Bible said, build your house on a rock and you have a
On the
solid
rock.
foundation. If you build your house on the sand, there'll be an erosion. So we have to have a good solid foundation for all the train to be able to move. Or there's some time we got to make some changes. You know, we need some new. If it have old tire or old wheel, we need to put new one, or we need to grease it. That's my. I mean, I'm not worried about it. I'm trying to sense something going on here. So
But let's go a little bit into it. Until the conservative view comes into play here tonight. I'm hoping that Terry will be able to join us. But let's bounce some ideas against each other here. What do you think will be the reason for this thing to be happening this early in the game?
you see, in order for you to do anything as an administrator, you have to have people you and them have the same agenda. You understand? Like your chief of staff, your press secretary, your how you call it? The minister of state for presidential affairs. Let me put it to a little bit of history. Before then, we never used to have minister of state for presidential or private secretary. Until when Toba came and say, you know what, we'll have too many educated people, so we'll have to create, we're going to be creative. How about the press, not the press secretary, the minister of state for presidential affairs came about. Then when Dole came in, Dole changed the system and say, oh no. When he got rid of Baka Mafia, foreign minister, then he said, okay, you know what, we'll create a position called the director of the cabinet. So we have made some progress. But you see, in order to do this thing, you have to have, since my brother, the you and the person with the same agenda. So I just want to give some genesis or some what happened when they call about the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Doing third time with personal secretary, the whole 9 yards. But we have to have somebody who and the president will have the same agenda. I mean, that's my take. Maybe
So
maybe my assessment might be wrong about something, but you know, the person who will set the president agenda to the public.
So these people that perhaps some of the reason here, maybe the president agenda is not being appreciated by those people. Said I don't know who, but those people we know because things are not going the way they're supposed to go. I think because all of the preaching they did during the campaign, they if I didn't appreciate President then Ambassador Bakai, I will have come out to say that they have deviated, but I'm not going to use that word yet. I will hold myself. But do you think that these people perhaps and Breakable, don't call me tonight. I want to be truthful here. Breakable, when you call me, I will not answer your call. Or sedition, and you call me tonight, I will not answer your call because I want to be truthful here, and I don't want to come back and say we told you so. That I told you so business. This is Liberia. So let me go back to this, Jared. Is it fair for the critics, those critics that are saying that these people lie their way through power? Is it fair to say that, or you think perhaps that would be such a, when the critic makes these kinds of statement, that in fact these are some ridiculous statement and they are unfounded?
But they are drinking Jolobo.
Okay, all right.
They are drinking Jolobo.
Okay.
Look,
okay.
The campaign time is over. It is time to govern. If we see something, even though I voted for Bakai, I support him 100%. I'm still the chairman for Rhode Island. Okay? But if we see something, we gotta be honest.
So you know Sir Johnny, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh, I know Sir Johnny.
I mean, Sir not stranger to me.
Yeah, we Sir and myself we met back in around 1980 when he came from Minnesota.
All right.
We both were very young at the time, anyway.
Yeah, he's a board of director for the Baka movement in the state of Rhode Island. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I was the chairman here.
What's about? I don't mean to sidestep. Just another guy, Sam. Sam he used to be president for Rhode Island Liberian community, Rhode Island way back in the 80s.
Oh, you're talking about
Sam Collins.
Sam Collins, yeah. He stayed around.
Okay, all right.
Wow. These are the boys in the 90s, man.
Sam Collins, Johnny, myself, that attended the famous ULA convention, the 1985 convention, where many people believe the Civil War actually, conversation of a Civil War actually started back then. But we were there, and but anyhow. Let's go ahead. I was very, very young at that time, but I've always been involved anyway. But let's go ahead. So why you think then, what is the reason behind so much snafu in terms of the president appointment, then the withdrawal appointment? It seems like they're not getting their true footing on the ground in order to get going. You think they will be successful with this 100 days reprieve that they are asking Liberian to give them, the 100-day honeymoon that they've been asking Liberian to give them? You think they will be successful to show some true deliverable?
No. You're talking about the government or
yes.
the opposition? No. Look, Mr. Parker, the president, he's a very thoughtful man, and he's an honest man. And I always say, and I will say it again, I said it so many times, Boakai will surprise most of us. He's a very honest man. When you're talking to him, he's very attentive. He listens to you, and you do your delivery. He will give you some time. Look, before good thing happen, something, I'm not saying something bad going to happen, but there's some time you make assessment. As you on a mission, there's some time you have to make assessment. We are going what? 63 days? Yeah, 63, 64 days. into the new government. This is a new government. And people begin to worry. Look, where in this country, I was watching, I know which area I was watching some show today. Where in this country, in our country, above country, the police will start putting government officials who have the recovery team putting government car, impounding. That's how they did life.
Yeah.
Any car that been suspected, they were impounded. You go to GSA, carry a document to verify it. If the car is not a government car, they will turn it over to you. That's progress. Where in Liberia?
Yeah, but you would say though, if, for example, someone has a business down Waterside, someone has a business on Broad Street, and the car is a nice looking car that perhaps the police might be suspecting of being of government issue car, and come to find out that yes, indeed, it is a private car. Don't you think that then they are in the process of violating the rights of these people? Why would they not pull you over and have a list of cars and the numbers, the VIN numbers of these cars, and just in the street right there, check the VIN number. If it doesn't match, let the person go.
That's what I'm talking about. Look, I'm a former police officer. I work here and in Liberia before. I'm a former police officer. In the eyes of the law, we have to do. There are two things. They got investigation and they got interrogation. Okay? Investigation is that means I have gotten all my facts and I brought you before the board and I read to acquaint you with some of these things. Where were you yesterday? Where did you go? Yesterday was Monday. Where were you on Sunday? You say, I went to church. Can we verify it? So it's just a simple investigation on the thing. Yes, a call. If they not certify with your answer, you say, okay, you know what? We're sending you on this side. If they certify with your answer, they will let you go. If you got your proper document in the car, this guy from John Doe, they'll see your driving license, they'll see your registration match your driving license, or it's not for me, it's for John Doe. Can we call John Doe to verify the car is yours? If you can verify it, it's not violation. It's just a procedure. It's an investigation. So people say, oh, the people are harassing us, they're taking our cars and do no. Police have to do the work. If they need to certify with you and say, okay, you know what, bring your necessary document, and if you bring it, we'll take it. We talk about the VIN number. Take, for example, you must say in America here. If your wife give you your car, probably your name, some people carry a different name, and they are married, but they didn't carry the same name, for example, and the police say, the car is my wife's car. Can we see the registration and the insurance? If they are verifiable, that's fine. If not, it's okay, we told it, go to court, and you and the judge decide. As simple as that. It doesn't mean you are guilty, you are criminal, but they just want to verify. They want verification. That's all.
I see. So, is there anything with all of these things with Minister Grace Ray and all of these rumors that are going around? Is there anything in there to concern you that would be a serious concern in terms of the operational facts of this government?
Yes, sir. Yeah, here's the reason why. Because we have three branches of government: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. And this was established by our forefather. I will not be interfering. But people send name, the president will send name or announce. When you go log off, their names are sent to the president's desk, and they are being altered. And this thing they need to stop. We're hearing some rumors. I mean, I can't verify it, but what they smoke, is fired. So these are concerning. These are concerning. We need to
So I'm glad that I'm having a conversation with you.
Hmm?
It would seem to me that you're someone who is someone who knows President Bakai in terms of his strength and his engagement process, because you serve in one of the top surrogate organization for then Ambassador Bakai, because Rhode Island used to be the hotbed for the Bakai movement.
It's still
So
hard.
you,
It's still hard. It's still hard.
it's, yeah,
It is
yeah.
still hard.
So you would be someone that I really having this conversation with would be very helpful for me. You think President Bakai has within him to put those folks that are somehow bringing this rumors and everything else? If the rumors is something that to be concerning, you think he has it within him to bring them to book and to say these things must stop? We're here to carry out the government, but these type of conversation they're slowing us down. Will he be able to be the type of person to recognize those things and then be able to address them effectively?
Let me say this to you. I will not call names, but I was there January for the inauguration, and we were sitting down, and it was very
Oh,
shaky.
you were in Liberia.
Oh yeah, the inauguration day I was there. Yeah, inauguration I was there. But anyway, we met with the president-elect. No, at that time, yeah. Yeah, before the inauguration, I was there, and we're sitting in a group, and there's a lady asked the president-elect at that time he had not been inaugurated yet, and there was a question. She asked a question and said, "Mr. President-elect, where will you send my husband?" I'm saying this, who Boycott is, because I know Boycott for the past since 2015. In fact, before 2015. But let me say this. And the president-elect said to that individual, you should be ashamed of yourself to ask such a question in the gallery. And we all was like, it's like a pantry, the lead just drive, we just bend your head, like,
Right.
and everybody,
Embarrassed for that person.
yeah, everybody just bend their head down. So I know who Boycott is. And Boycott is a human. Let me say this personally. Why draw me to Boycott? If I can make, if you give me a few seconds or a few minutes.
Yeah, please. We don't have the tab conservative people here tonight. You and myself, we're going to enjoy ourselves.
Let me say this to you. Why draw me to Mr. Boycott? One of my friends, may his soul rest in peace. They call him Arthur Katie. I went to Liberia. At that time, I wanted to do a construction work on my house. So he said, let's go. At that time, he was our president. He said, let's go meet Mr. Boycott. So I said, look, I'm done with politics. I found a CDC. I'm done with CDC. I'm done with politics. I can't do business. He said, no. Let's go, Mr. Chairman. That's how we call one another, because he was the chairman for Massachusetts. So he said, let's go meet Mr. Boycott. I like, look, man, look, I don't want to do it. Reluctantly, it was on the Saturday. I just put a t-shirt and jeans pants. I didn't even dress officially because I didn't want to go, but he dragged me anyway. So we got there. When we're leaving, he said, let's carry your resume. I said, look, I came not to look for a job. I'm here to do business. I don't want to do it. He said, let's go. So I'm telling you the history of Mr. Buckeye, who he is. People don't know Buckeye. Or maybe somebody else will say, oh, because you. No, I'm not, because I ain't there with Mr. Buckeye. But yes, so when we got there, reluctantly, I just, grab my resume. I give it to him. I said, well, you give it to him. You give it to the vice president. So when he introduced me, we sat down for the time, and I gave him a resume. He gave it to him. He read it. He said, "Oh, Jerry, congratulations." So I said, "Yes, sir." He went in his, they had changed his house now, but at that time he had a Palawa hall. The Palawa hall, he was in a hammer. I can still remember vividly. Went in the house. I don't know who he talked to. The first thing he said, "Congratulations. I'm going to talk to the president tomorrow. We're asking you to go be the director of security RIA." I like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, tomorrow come to the mansion and no, to the Capitol building." So I went there. That's the fire president. So I went there. I told him, I said, "Chief, I stay in school." He said, "But yeah," he said, "You got two masters." I said, "Yeah, I'm working on my other master program." I will take a picture. The picture that the gun that I wore. He gave me that gun. He said, "Congratulations. You are a young man. Most of you go to America. You don't go to school. Thank you. But I did not accept that job because I was not ready. I was prepared, but I was not ready to make that transition. Consequently, I went back home. He myself were in thought together. I went back. They offered me a second position in the hierarchy government. And I told him, say, "Chief, I'm not ready." So each time he come to Rhode Island, he always joke me, "We'll go to South Place," because when he comes to South House, you can stop him. Even though he got a hotel he can go to, but in the daytime he killed his time, the South Place where we all can got it. So he always joke me. This man would give him 2 jobs in Liberia, he turned it down. So that's who Boycott is. Boycott is the man of thought. He's a humanitarian. So look, this is just starting. Mr. Boycott will put that to rest. I'm going to show and just give me some of the history, the genesis, who Boycott is, how he deal with people, and who he is. So look, my brother, give Boycott some time. The people think Boycott joking. He will surprise most of us. In fact, he will surprise most of the world. Believe me. I will come back on the show, call me back 3 or 4 months from now, and you see some of the action Boycott will take. Liberian people, you're fastening your seatbelt, for the better is coming.
Thank you. So the idea of this 100-day deliverable, the 100-day deliverable that is supposed to be coming, and if it is, what are some of the things? In fact, let me ask you, what do you think will be the front end deliverable that they're most likely going to show to the people, to the Liberian people, that you give us 100 days, this is what we have done, even if it is not a complete project or completed process. What do you think will be the front end of what they're going to show to the Liberian people?
The headline news. Look, let's start with the budget first. Boycott was very consecutive when it comes to the budget. Look what happened. The revised budget, they increased the budget. Right? So it's a little thing. It's not how much instead you take. It's a little thing that you do that will impact the life of people. So look what he did. Current situation. He went to articles and said, look, we need constant current in our country in order for us to have a complete business in this country. Because one of the things that killing us was electricity. And he's working on it. So these are things, it's not how much visibility and say, oh, yeah, they may do this. No. There are little things that you make a change. Look, I was in Liberia in January.
Hold on, Jerry. Let me bring in Terry. Yeah. I think the show will be locked out. We're not going to accept any other person coming on this show tonight. Terry has shown up. I'm going to lock it up. Any other person coming, they won't have no means of coming in. We don't want no conservative Tabata here tonight. We'd like to have this conversation between three of us. I think we're going to enjoy ourselves. Go ahead, Jerry, and then I can bring Terry.
This, I think, Mr. Baka is working on. Folks, Baka is a man of principle. I will repeat what I said the last time. The man said for 12 years as a former vice president. And in our history, Toba was one of those who was vice president for
27. 27 years.
Yes. No, I said Todman. I'm talking about Toba.
Okay.
I'm a beneficiary of Toba. Toba Bay, multilateral. When we were in school, there were vacation jobs. So these are things that, look, wait, came Wakai. After the 90 days, you will see what Wakai will do for that country. People, you're fastening your seatbelt. The good time, the good year to come.
Thank you. Terry, good evening. Thank you for joining us. This is a Domingo of the Buckeye tonight. I'm not taking any other person on here. Let's try to enjoy ourselves. Go ahead, Terry. What's on your plate this evening?
Good evening, Mr. Bacon and Miss Libra. Good evening to you guys. Yeah, actually, there are a lot of things been going around circulating. You know, the accusation of the president being involved with bribery from Yeke Koluba and all of that, and many other things that the newest propaganda about how the two employments in one direction and all the kind of irregularities. So those are things that we really looking at. But as for me, I expect these things to happen, especially for a new government that have a lot of people on the list. I don't think that President Boka is the one that is actually behind every nomination. I think most of those people, he may not even know them. I think the people who are doing these nominations, that are helping the process, have been given the opportunity by the president to make these decisions on the basis of the people they know. But now they're making the president look bad. So he have to take action and take it very fast. Because if he don't do it, his government will be on the line. It shows a level of incompetence. It shows that he's not on top of his game, which I doubt that he is. Which I doubt that that President Boka is not a guy that is not going to be on top of his game. He's a competent person and all of that. So I think that he need to take action on very swiftly on this because the president cannot look bad. The president will have to stand. Otherwise, once the president start carrying on these irregularities, you appoint the other person here, you appoint another person to the same position, this other person going for his job, the other person going for the same job, and then or you nominated this person and then you withdraw the nomination. Obviously, it shows some level of that the president word it does not hold water, and you don't want to do that. One of the things that made kings great in those days was the word. When the king released a decree, even if he was not the one, even if he did not fully release the decree, but once his signature ring,
Terry, I want dinner sport. See, I was hoping that three of us.
The general said,
what kind of business is this?
The man is not a vampire. He's not a vampire. He's not a vampire. No, he's not a vampire. He's not a vampire. You see the vampire, right?
You're not saying Boka is a humanitarian. Is he with Red Cross now or American South?
You see what I'm talking about?
Listen,
who invite you?
The man cares for his combo people. He cares.
Yeah.
People.
Oh, Mr. Soul. Nobody, you were never invited on this party.
I'm really getting Terry's point. Terry is hitting the bar. And
No,
this is why
no, please.
This is why you're holding your job like that, because you're very uncomfortable with what Terry is saying. Terry, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but
Terry, please go ahead. Good evening, Mr. So nobody invite you anyway. Go ahead.
So in fact, biblically, that was how John the Baptist even died, because the king made a decision that he never wanted to make, but he did told the little girl, the damsel which danced for them, which happens to be the king's daughter, the king's wife daughter, that John the Baptist spoke about. He spoke against that relationship with the king because it was the king's brother. So when the little girl danced, then the king asked the girl that if you ask me anything, that I will do it for you. And the mother went to the little girl and told the girl to ask for John the Baptist's head. And that was how the king was shocked, because he knew that it did not come from that little girl. But because he gave his word to that little girl, he had to initiate it. What am I saying is that if a president cannot be inconsistent, you have to be direct and definite. You can't appoint this person here, and then your signature is on the appointment, and then you withdraw it, or it does not show consistency. It brings the public to question your ability to comprehend and initiate effective governance. So I think he has to, and I don't believe that this thing, President Boka is totally in control of it. Now, we used to argue about it, but now I believe that he's not in, because President Boka, will not be doing these kind of irregularities.
Terry, we had a great time, even though it was a bereaved thing, but I really appreciate you came over there. Now I see the authenticity in you. Can you give the Liberal a little second to respond?
Yes,
and Mr. Humanitarian to respond whether if Boyka is really in charge to dispute what you are saying. Can you give them a minute? Let's see their honest part here this evening.
The conversation is not between us and Terry. We're here to discuss on a general level. So we're not going to go, Terry, you're not going to make Terry and us start. No, we're not going to do that. We're here to have a conversation.
Mr. Bacon, is he your legal counsel now? He's speaking for you too as well?
Mr. So, why are you coming now to come take over people's show? We're here. I told Mr. Bacon, I told Terry that three of us are going to have a good time here tonight. Now you show up, you're ready to interrupt and disrupt our real smooth train
Terry,
ride.
they are unable to answer your question. So
I'm done.
No.
You're speaking the gods.
See, he wanted to go to the biblical day. Yeah.
There you go. You see, they're taking you now. They make you to be a Moses or King David now.
No. He went to the old days or the. So, but you know what Jesus said?
Wow.
I can't not to do away with Moses' law. If your enemy slap you, what you do? Read the book of Matthew. Show your right cheek. Mr. Bokai is a man with integrity. He stand by his word.
Mr. Bacon.
Can you let the man finish, Mr. Soul?
The man is a man of principle. As he said, what Jesus said, when Jesus was sleeping, when you're crossing the canal, you were sleeping, and the boat was shaking. See, you want to go to the Bible. Let's go ahead.
Which church are you pastoring?
No. We are going.
Go ahead, Jerry. You're on a good point.
Thank you. When the boat was shaking,
this is ridiculous.
When the boat was shaking, the boat was rocking. What Peter did, he went down to Jesus. What happened? Jesus said, "Why don't you have a little faith?"
Yes. Yes.
Jesus was not a politician.
No. Terry, let Jerry finish a point. Yes.
I just want to remind my brother.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for bringing us back home.
I just want to remind my brother, have a faith, a little bit of faith. Have a little bit of faith.
I got that.
Yeah. Here we go, Terry. Here we go. I like
I got
that.
where you're
Thank you,
coming from.
Jerry, for bringing us. Mr. So, good evening. I know it's a difficult time, but you know what the brother would tell us. Carry on, he would say. But thank you for joining us tonight. What's on your plate?
Well, am I audible good?
Yes, yes.
First of all, I want to say a big thank you to everybody. And Terry, actually, the emergency trip that I went on because multiple times we were basically having meeting, but yet and still he was consistent. And he came, and we know we spent some time together. That's what relationship, friendship is all about. So I think we're going to get along. Once he continues this pace, with Mr. Bacon adding up to you people being humanitarian and whether they're working with Red Cross or Save the Children, I really don't have time for that. But as you know, you started yesterday. Jerry will be he will be laid to rest. This is somebody that would really, really miss. And LPR is doing everything possible. And not, I mean, it's just been from one team to another. You know, this other guy, Reed Vancing,
Yes.
who was former chapter president of the Grand Unit Association, Atlanta, Georgia, who will also be giving all of that coverage as well. So, no, but besides that, I just kind of try to dip into Terry's talking point. There seems to be like almost like a west wing of Donald Trump White House step that is happening. And it is sad for you, liberal, that you are unable to speak about those things in as much as support. This is how you people make government. You don't help the people you support. And you think it's funny. And you have this other Jerry Bacon guy came out here, which you have faith. So who doesn't have faith? When he took the pulpit now to start preaching at George, we are now for he to tell us that we must have faith when things are going downhill, when the system is being, when people senator, when the president, these people senator, a separate branch of government is heavily interfering allegedly into the executive branch of government. That's dangerous. And you want to tell us here we should come and have faith? Is that what sort of faith is that? You don't want to speak to it? And Terry speaking, and Samson told you don't have the guts to speak to that. And you are allowing Mr. Bacon to carry on preaching here, bog racking. I know Peter is a fisherman. Who got time for that? We are talking about what is happening in the country that the president needs to take charge. We all seeing it is glaring. Somebody behind the scene that is pushing the body. And that is not good. That is wrong. We need to speak to that. If you so dearly love this president that you love, that we are advocated for, which of course you have the right to do, but when some of these things are happening, for God's sake, speak to it.
Thank you. Jerry, let me just give you the background of Mr. Soul. When Terry and I was on this platform here, pushing the line of Ambassador Barker, he is never with us. So I just wanted to give you some historical context here as you're going to respond. Jerry, go ahead, talk. I gave you all my time. Go ahead, speak on that.
Look, so Barker is in charge. You just said it. You just make my case. You said, we have three branches. Maybe you came in later, I said it. I said, we have three branches of government.
Can you repeat what you told me this evening?
No, that was a different issue.
Hold on. I'm talking to Mr. Bacon.
No, we don't discuss what happened in the Mr. Bacon. He doesn't discuss what happened in the Bacon. Go ahead, Mr. Bacon. I don't think he wants to speak to that.
No, there are three branches of government.
So
thank you.
There are three branches of government: the legislature, the judiciary, and the executive branch.
You got I feel
the executive branch. And
what
the legislature, hopefully, I hope, let them stay in the lane, let the executive stay in the lane, judiciary stay in the lane. Mr. Barker is the president of the Republic of Liberia. And Mr. Barker will address our issue as soon as possible. Believe me, it will go on arrest. It will be arrested.
I believe you.
Because I know the Mr. Barker that I signed out with. I know the Mr. Barker that I ate with. I know the Mr. Barker, he even said sat down so many years together. and he has the agenda that he wants to execute for Liberia.
Do you have a concern right now, Mr. Baker?
Mr. So, I'm running a show. We're not in a courthouse. So, Mr. Baker, thank you. The fact that you know Ambassador Baker, now President Baker, you know him well, you know his ability, and you know he's going to be successful. Do you have any concern? I'm just trying to relay Mr. So question here.
Look, Mr. Buckeye, the president, Mr. Buckeye, is a human being like you and myself. There's nobody infallible. Let me make it clear. But he willing, if he made mistakes, he will address it to the Liberian people. I made mistake. He would take it.
Do you think President Buckeye, if anything happened to Liberians or anything, do you see President Buckeye waiting until Sunday to go on the pulpit and try to explain what is happening with the Liberian people?
Look, the churches are independent, the governments are independent. Mr. Buckeye not going to do on pulpit. The man's a deacon in his church. He has been in that church for maybe he owe enough to be our father. But he been in that church. He's not going to use church pulpit. No, he had a pulpit. He had a pulpit already. He's the president of the Republic of Liberia. Why would he want to go to church to address the Liberian people? He can call press conference today. He's the president. Wherever he goes, he carry his gavel with him. So why would he want to go in the church?
Thank you, Terry. Terry, anything else you're concerned with?
No.
Well, these are
Mr. Buckeye is on course. The president is on course. And look, people, Liberian people, let me look to the camera. Listen to me and listen to me very well.
I think you need to look in that camera.
No, I'm looking at that camera. Let me position myself. Real good. Listen to me, folks.
Wow.
The train is moving. You Liberians and abroad, Mr. Buckeye came to power to rescue the Liberian people. Look, folks, I don't know when the last time you were there. When I was in Liberia in January 16, I landed on the 17th. Liberia was tense, but look at the tension. The tension now is reducing. The temperature.
You're right. You're right.
The temperature is.
You're right.
Liberia was tense. I don't know when the last time you were there. For the past 6 years, you ever visited Liberia?
Yeah.
Look,
The
tension.
Mr. So can attest that. He was in Liberia not too long ago.
The tension is reducing. The tension is reducing.
Yeah.
Which tension are you referring to?
So, Terry, Mr. So, let me ask Terry.
The tension I'm talking about.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Let me bring Terry in. Terry, what Terry just stated here about the tension going down, which is evident all over the place. How will you contribute this tension going down to that of the president leadership, Terry? Please talk to us.
Yeah, but what tension are you talking about?
Mr. So, I didn't call your name. Terry, go ahead.
Well, I have no question about the president's ability to lead. All right. I have questions with the president's inability to lead. Now, what am I saying, right? I know that the president Boyka can handle, and by reason of him becoming the president, he's a responsible statesman. He knows the issues. He understands the nitty-gritty of the Liberian culture and society, and he knows exactly what's going on in the country. So the tension that President we have put everybody under is definitely going to go down. All right, because people are now ushering in a new leadership. So people are trying to give this leadership chance to exhibit on their promises. So obviously the tension that was in the country under President we will definitely go down because the elections are over. This other, all those things, the expectation, the high volume, everything's going to drop. But the people now is expecting President Boyka to deliver on his promises. All right. And on the promises, he cannot be delivering poorly. Administratively, he cannot be performing poorly administratively. That is where we have the problem. And if we don't address it and we decide to shy away from it, then we're not doing him good. Because at the end of the day, when he do not succeed, it will be because we shut up when we knew that he's supposed to have been doing what was right. So in my own little word, I would want to advise him that he need to nip this in the bud very fast. Otherwise, the public will see his word to not be. And let me tell you, President Bokar have educated people around him that he have employed. And these people are going to perform on the foundation of his leadership. If the people see that his leadership is administrative role is poorly handled, they will take advantage of that and exploit him. And that is why he have to be drastic enough to take some drastic decision early as now, lest it spill over into his leadership. So, you know, all of that. And all this thing, another thing I was looking at was the scandal, the early scandal of bribery going on in the House that Yeke Koloba accused President Bokar leadership of. Minister of State, blah, 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 all of that. Thereby showing receipts to prove that this is that, and others representatives alarming that this is what's going on and all of that. And other representatives countering it. Well, for now, I take it to be propaganda. But again, if anything whatsoever is going on of this sort, President Bokar need to address it very fast.
Thank you.
Because
go ahead, Terry, go ahead and wrap it.
He won the election on the mantra of an integrity icon.
And the
people of Liberia is not holding him accountable of nothing else but integrity. Even if he leave power, or even changing one point in my community, he must leave power with a clean record of integrity. And that is what it is.
Mr. So, for some reason, you think if you have that big Liberian flag behind you, and that's supposed to intimidate us as though we're not Liberian as well. You're not the only person who got, look behind me. You see the flag behind me? That's a genuine Liberian flag. So you're not going to intimidate us by displaying this huge Liberian flag behind you, and you think you're gonna come and intimidate the liberal here this evening. It's not going to happen. But anyhow, let me bring you in. You heard Jerry giving us some real inside conversation here this afternoon, where he has made all of us brave and explained to us that when the boat was rocking, Jesus said, "Don't you have faith?" And the faith in me has been restored, Mr. Soul. And I'm not here this evening to be shaking. President Bokar is going to deliver. What say you, Mr. Soul?
I have no idea why he was talking in the first place. I don't know. I try to check to see his last sermon ever preached and which church it was and all of that. So look, I think we got to stand up to you guys. And it looked like my headache on this net where it will be increased, or it has already increased with Mr. Bacon, who I thought were going to be the game changer, but you have managed to indoctrinate him into your
the man is a CEO of one of the major player of Bokar support. And you think Samson told that they don't even know. You think he's already, it has nothing to do with me. Yeah, he believes in President Bokar, and he knows President Bokar has the ability to deliver, and so he's supporting President Bokar fully. It has nothing to do with me. It's what he believes in and what he's capable of doing, making sure President Bokar is there.
Opportunity to speak. And I agree. I respect his political decisions. Each and everyone has it. And that's what I think Terry has proven himself, because this has become, it's embarrassing to him now, because you guys' your behavior was already a thing, and Mr. Bacon has come to increase this. It's just absurd. You are not, in as much you support this man, you're not even willing to say, hey, this what is going on at this point in time. It is too soon. It is too early for this wise guy, this long-term career politician, to have a dysfunctional and disorganized White House equivalent to that of Donald Trump West Wing, to be going on like this. People appointing people, committee set up. We're not even hearing anything, and we every now and then we have things adding and all. It just brings us back to the same old thing. That's the apprehension Terry have. That is what I have, and it's bringing us back to.
You don't have apprehension. You have condemnation. You don't have you're not apprehensive. You're condemning. So please don't put yourself on the same floor with Jerry. Please.
I'm just only telling you what is happening is not good. I want the president to succeed, but I am not one of you, even if it is wrong, if it is bad, if it is ugly, if it is not healthy for our country. You get your hair stuck into it because it's a guy that you support. That's not who I am. I can't see myself doing that because I love my country and I want the president to succeed. So I will not support anything, any group of people, because we went down this road here and we talk it over and over and we got a migraine from it, which we have not even recovered. You have people that were surrounding George Weah who were doing all of these things. We're talking now. It is the same thing coming. Why would the president is the higher administrative decision maker of the country? Why would the president decision people from somewhere in a separate branch of government will come to meddle or to change the president decision making? And he doesn't know about that. Then who is in charge? What happens when Bola fire across? He is
Mr. So,
let me
Mr.
just ask
So,
him here. No, hold on. Give me a chance.
but we're not going to have this salad dressing all over on my show yet tonight. You're going to have to speak with precision.
You carry on, and you give him your time. You never interrupted him. So you want to interrupt me now because you don't want me to talk. Because what I'm talking, it doesn't suit your political taste, but not for you, for the ordinary people that are listening, and people who mean well for Liberia. So you can get in your feelings and do whatever you want to do. You will be fine. I'm talking about the country. So, guys, we gotta be honest. And Terrence speaks it all. You don't want to be having these sort of distractions. It's too soon for that. And when people want to tell you, they say, "Oh, Mr. Bacon telling us here, we must keep faith." Keep faith of what? Liberian politician and the board people in the
let's hear Mr. Bacon. I know he has a lot. He's going to educate you first of all, and he's going to disabuse you and the audience that you're trying to bring along with you. And you guys, when Mr. Bacon finishes explaining himself, you will feel as though you have back on the wrong tree tonight. Mr. Bacon, please, you have all the time.
Yeah. Oh God.
You know, Mr. So, sometimes we are not patient.
There you go.
We are not patient.
We must die and then bury all
Mr. So, will you please allow Mr. Bacon to explain himself?
Look,
go ahead.
Wow. We are just going 60 some more days into the new administration, and you people are so worried.
Yep.
Folks, this is the Sundays. What I have 6 years to go. Folks, like I said, Waka will deliver. Waka will deliver. You will enjoy. Look, let me tell you something. We are going to have a peace and tranquility in our country, whereby you will go. I live older than you, but where we used to walk on Broad Street, nobody snapping your phone in your ear. We used to walk, parade in that street with our girlfriend from B.W. Harris, all the way to Sport Commission. And you have nothing to worry about. This is coming, folks. But what's going on? Let me ask you something. I want you to listen and listen very well. Look at the city mayor taking broom to sweep the city.
So what happened?
Mr. So, please,
Bro,
please.
You said he asking me.
Mr. So, please. We're trying to have some genuine conversation here tonight. Mr. Michael, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
We'll try to balance it here.
Samson told.
Look what's going on. The city mayor taking brooms to sweep the city. What else you want for this new administration? Things are coming. Good things are coming. Folks, well, listen. I want you to listen very well. I don't want you to be panic. You know, when you hear one bullet, everybody panic. No. Mr. Soul.
Oh, where you going?
You just, I mean, please, look, let me be realistic here. Is what's going on is perfect? No. It'll come to arrest.
What is going on? Tell her, we don't know.
Like you just alluded to.
Why? No, you say it.
No, you just listen to yourself. Listen to what you just said. You know, that there were names sent and double names and all these things. Mr. Bucker will come to he will investigate and he will make a decision.
Why did that happen in the first place? Why did that happen?
Listen, you here in America, you are going to the bank and the bank have made a mistake.
Jesus Christ.
Huh?
Yeah, somebody on a paycheck, they send it into my account, right?
It's not happening before you have
on the team.
Yeah.
Politician. That is typical of real politician.
You're not going to the bank before bank, they give you money plus, and they'll call you back and say, Mr. So, we'll overpay you. I have not happened. Yeah. Raise your hand today.
It has happened to me.
Well, raise your hand. So it is not the first time happening.
Yeah.
Mr. Buckeye had people send names and they withdraw the name and they duplicate a name. These are some of the corruption.
So Mr. Buckeye, let me ask you this. Mr. Buckeye, can you hear me?
These are some of the corruption Mr. Buckeye is fighting.
Mr. Buckeye, can you hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me?
I'm hearing you, brother. But I don't know if Mr. Buckeye is hearing you.
I can hear you
loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. All of this narrative that you talk about President Buckeye here, is he something because you heard or because you think, or this is something based on, okay, he'll be back. And the reason I'm asking this, because the genuine explanation that he has given us about President Buckeye here tonight, these, I believe, will only come from someone who has had a personal experience with President Buckeye in his ability to lead. So I'm saying to many of those who are concerned that the president somehow, okay, he's back. Mr. Buckeye, the question to you, all of the issues and the conversation you've been having with us here, giving us this wonderful explanation about President Buckeye. Are those based on rumors people say, or those are something that you perhaps have had experience with this president before?
Look, I know Mr. Buckeye for the past 2000, going to a decade now. I've been knowing Mr. Buckeye a little bit over a decade. He a man with integrity. He a man with principle. Let me say this to you. When Mr. Buckeye come to the States and we escort him, he got his little notebook that he writes. When he go and see some clean building, say, how this happened? When you explain it to him, he write it down. He take notes. You're a man who articulate what he want to do. He saw something here that he want to really execute in our country. I know Mr. Buckeye, like I said. So, thank God, I'm not fabricating. And
are you judging your own talking point? Nobody say you are.
No. I just.
Why would you want to question? He's in the process of making comment. Why would you want to pick little here and there?
Look, Mr. Buckeye, a man of principle, a man of integrity.
Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. Let me go to Terry. Terry, this is the insider that is giving us a real eye-opener inside of President Baka and his way of doing things. And I know we support President Baka wholeheartedly, no question asked. But if you listen to Mr. Baka, who is giving us some inside conversation here this afternoon, what does that make you feel? Does it not make you more of a happy person, the fact that you threw your weight and everything you got behind this president to be successful? You think by listening to Mr. Barker here tonight that indeed would give you some sort of a boost instead of Mr. So coming here to try to bring us down with his talking point from the other side. What do you think, Terry? Please.
Far from that you're talking,
Mr.
Yeah,
So,
to be honest,
please let Terry speak.
to be honest, Mr. Bacon is just only giving me hope. All right, that hope, to be hopeful based upon his personal relationship with President Boka. And his hope he's giving me is not sufficient enough to validate, my stance. Because for me, I've already made a decision. But my fear is, was my decision right for Liberia, given the fact that there are evidences of 2 months of leadership of President Boka? I understand Mr. Bacon. Mr. Bacon had a personal relationship with President Boka, but the relationship he had with President Boka was with the Vice President Boka, not President Boka. I listened to his explanation about the time, he went to visit the Vice President at the time, where he was much younger than now. That's one thing we need to take into consideration. Secondly, all right, he was talking about how Vice President Boka stands. The reason I say this is because Michelle Obama said something. She said, power reveals the true you. It reveals the real you. You understand? So Mr. Bacon knowing Vice President Boka is different from him knowing President Boka.
What we gotta do with that?
Because at this place now, he is now president. The legacy, anything he does now, he's doing it from the place of his real self. Because he has been given the highest position in life.
Terry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Because you don't like what he's saying.
Let me run my show. Terry, I don't mean to interrupt.
He doesn't like what he's saying, Terry. Trust me, that way. Why are you doing that?
Well, Mr. So, will you please let me run my show, please? So, Terry, let me ask you this. With all of these things that you seem to be concerning with, legitimately, you have the right, because you're not somebody who waffle. You support, and we respect that in you. But let me ask you this. President Baka has just been president for 3 months?
Yeah, 2 months. Yeah.
Mr. So, please, Terry, don't you think that President Baka, perhaps, and I'm being ridiculous here, he's doing some rope-a-dope where he lay on the rope and let the enemy CDC jab, and then as correctly as Baka is saying, that in the next 3 to 4 years, we will see the true President Baka who will deliver what it is that you want. Don't you think those things are possible, Terry, that you're still going to somehow be concerned still?
No, yeah, Liberal, to be honest with you, I'm still hopeful. And let me tell you the truth.
Thank you.
If you bring President Boka and President Weah today, to me, I will vote for President Boka in as much as there are irregularities. There is no way that I can look at President Weah leadership and put him in chair and choose him over President Boka on no condition. But what I'm saying is that I'm hopeful that President Boka will do better because I know it is within him. All right, I know that he have it in him. But what my fear is that if you start to get entangled And that is what happened to Madam Shirley's government. That what happened to President Weah government. Madam Shirley came on the mantra that she said what? Corruption is public enemy number one. She came on a slogan that Papa will come home. Papa will come home and all the things. But in her first year of leadership, she started to entangle herself with corruption and irregularities. And based upon that, I believe, with all of the vigorous iron lady that we knew as Madam Shirley, like what Mr. Bacon is saying now about President Boyka, all right? Everything that people knew Madam Shirley to be, when she became president after 1 year leadership, her whole entire slogan she was making, oh, public enemy, corruption number one, everything became, later on she said, in fact, corruption is vampire. So President Boyka ran on transparency, accountability, integrity. Anybody who steal money, we will bring them to board. Anybody who do corrupt that. But for the past few months, just within 60 days, there are so many things that have happened that have just gone out of hand that we don't seem to have fully control. So my fear is that if he do not nip this thing sooner enough, when he get entangled, it will be very difficult for him to deal with the issues ahead because there are still difficult days ahead. That's my point.
Let me go to Jerry. Let me go to Jerry before I open the line. Mr. Soul, I'm not coming to you. I'm not coming to you. I'm going to Jerry because you're not helping the show here tonight. I'm going to Jerry.
Really?
Yeah. No, I'm not coming to you. Jerry, let me come to you. Let me come to you. With all of this concern that Terry continue to raise, what are you now at like the bridge between those of us that supported President Bakai when he was running, and those of you that have access to President Bakai and know who this man is? You now become like a bridge, telling us that yes, indeed, your concern is X, Y, and Z, but here is what it is. What are some of the things, and you being a bridge here tonight, what are some of the things you would say to Terry to ease his concern?
Well, look, my brother, like I said, let me say this to you. Something called fear and faith. People have fear, you must have faith. Any mission you go on, you have the fear, but you must have the faith. That is your goal that you want to accomplish. Let me say this to you. I want to say this very clear. The president, you see, when people around the president, there are certain positions that president don't need the approval of the Senate. And these are the people who carry the agenda of the president. For example, the chief of staff to the president, the director of the cabinet, the secretary, what is it? What they got up in the position? Okay, the national security advisor, or the minister for presidential affairs. These positions, they are strategic positions. These positions are people who carry the agenda, the affair of the state, just by the president, who speaks for the president. And to be honest, yeah, I got some concern. Let's be realistic. But
Mr. Please. Go ahead. You don't have to interact. Mr. So, let the gentleman speak.
Let's be honest. These are the people who have to carry the agenda of the president. The press secretary, the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, the National Security Advisor, the Economic Advisor. These are the people who will take the polio all the time, stand on the and tell the Liberian people, this is where the president is going. And Mr. President, these are the people we need to start thinking. Who are the people that are working with you?
So
I know I come in land, Mr. So.
Hold on now, Mr. So.
So look, it is not too late. I know Mr. Bakai. Like I said, I know him personally. And when this thing is time for him to address it, he will address it.
We should wait for him.
Mr. So, this is not how I run my show,
So,
please.
Mr. So,
Jerry, thank you very much.
So, he's the president of the Republic of Liberia.
Exactly.
Any decision he makes,
is he answerable to us?
What?
Mr. So, he's not answerable to LPR.
We're not talking about accountability. We're talking about his leadership and what he's going to do when he's ready. I know that he is accountable to you, but he will make a decision and sound decision in the interest of the country for the rest of the world. So not only affecting Liberia, anything he says,
thank you.
It will also affect Jerry. It's not only Liberia affecting the nation.
Folks, if you want to participate, 916-533-533-2048. Anybody call any other number that is not registered here, we're not picking you. So if you try to go through the back door and call the other number there, we're not picking it.
Mr. So.
Wow. No, Jerry. I think this network here, we will not allow it.
Mr. So, what do you, I'm saying this is the number. This is the number. Okay. Breakable, you only have, because we got so many people that are calling tonight. Breakable, I'm only going to give you 1 minute and 1 minute only. Go ahead, Breakable. 1 minute and 1 minute only. Time start.
What sort of iron hand is this?
Breakable, you're on. I don't hear you.
Nah, there you go.
If it's here, Fred.
You have patient. You have very patient to sit down and listen to old man doing this thing. No, my doctor asked me, say, what happened to that old man talking to that? I said, don't leave me. That old man, so now you just be that. Look, this is my uncle. I want to show the new man on the show. And I said,
hold on, Breakable, hold on. Let me merge.
Your battery is soon die, trust me.
Breakable, go ahead. I can't hear you again. Okay, go ahead.
The issues. Okay, are you hearing me now?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
You got 30 seconds, please. All of you on the line.
No, I ain't gonna tell you something. Big 1 minute.
Breakable.
You have a personal relationship with the former black person at that time. And the example you're getting, the example you got is contrary to what issues are happening in the country. They give you a job. It was you that were consistent and said, no, I want a job. Now you were the one that consistent. You were not the person that was consistent. You were consistent and said, no, I want a job. So it's not clear, no comparison with that thing that's happening.
Okay, thank you.
No, Mr. Toa, begging please. You are the best man on the show. No.
You got one more.
For 5 years. The president been in government for 45 years. And the president here, first 3 months, the whole government, you cannot handle it. You can't even make a good decision on your own. Even to make an appointment. People make an appointment for him. They say, oh, our appointment, the president made, even the appointment that reporting is the director, the one he said made. So they want to go for confirmation. Are they not reporting?
All right, thank you. Thank you, Breakable. Thank you.
They put it in the corner like that.
Thank you, Breakable. Thank you.
And secondly, let me end this. We have a budget that was passed for the 1 million budget that was to pay the 7-7. They have not paid 7-7 since 3 months now. You don't discuss it anymore. They say what?
Thank you.
Thank you for the show, man.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Aaron Bradley, go ahead. You're nice.
Okay, how you doing, Mr. So?
Thank you. We appreciate your call.
Yeah. Oh, I just wanted to weigh in on the conversation.
Okay, please.
Mr. Toll, your programs, you're just supposed to make your program, President Boakai program now. Because if other people come on the show to try to push back on things that you say or try to give you, reason why, things are not going right in the country, you get angry. You're getting angry at Mr. Soul. I don't know what is show or what. I mean, how you going to bring somebody, personal friend, somebody who wasn't even working in the government with this man when the man was working in the government? It's like you take Joey, personal friend, bring Joey, personal friend to come and talk about
You play football. You play football with Joy. We bring you on. You have a conversation. Do I complain about that?
Okay, well, let me finish.
Okay.
You can't give my 1 minute. Let me finish.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now you're jumping on my leg. Look, Mr. Toll. Look, if you want to criticize, if you want to be a true advocate for Liberia and not just Unity Party, advocate for Liberia, please. Okay?
Thank you.
Look at the things that happen in the country.
There you go.
Look at the things that happen in the country. The president don't have no control over his own government.
Thank you.
Control. People writing letter, and every time letter goes out, when they talk about it, you always say the president don't know about it. The president don't know about this letter. The president don't know where the letter coming from. The letter is coming from the Minister of State. Okay, look at his nephew, Kabakoli, what he's doing at Lokai as an officer in charge. This is really, really ridiculous.
Okay.
But instead of you coming on the show and tell the people that we're people, oh, my people, we beg here.
I'm a beg for Aaron Babra. This is not IE program. Good night. Thank you very much. Number 9 for IE play on that side. They want that barrow. You see all the color behind us? So rare. The barrow. Good night, Aaron Babra. Thank you very much.
So you barrow too, or you IE man?
Aaron Babra, can you hear me?
I'm a registered IE.
Okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Let me take the other call, my brother.
Samson Toll is really getting out of hand.
Mr. Soul. Good evening, Samson Toll, Liberia Public Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
This is ridiculous.
How we doing, guys? How we doing, Mr. Toll?
Thank you. Go ahead.
This is the Bassa man again.
Oh, the 1%er. Go ahead.
I come in, put my foot in your mouth.
Oh, Jesus.
You might be better. I will take it back. You see, but we don't understand you and get mad with you the way you sound, but you just who you are, you know. You know, Aaron said, oh, boy, later on you put your foot in your own mouth. But to Brother Jerry, he went in the Bible. Did Jerry agree that while men made the wrong decision and the Israelites were punished for that decision? Did Jerry notice that wrong?
Oh, you coming pour back in the Bible? You also want to go in the Bible. You're coming pour back in the Bible again?
Push Jerry back a little bit because he's too defensive of what not the country. So let me push you a little bit.
My battery going dead on.
Please, don't go there. To the issue.
What?
You know, I always tell Jerry that the woman made pronouncement, why they pushing to make that pronouncement. Up to down, Jerry, I now responded to that question about my 20 million that Boga made the pronouncement for. Right after he took over. They have not brought the remaining money back because GSC audited the area and they saw limited money that Boga pronounced. How did Jerry respond to that? No, interpret it. Is that misled or something went wrong? I think when you answer that question for me, that I want from Jerry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I didn't hear anybody, the people that's still sedition calling, and I didn't charge my battery tonight. So we're going to go ahead and again, folks, Samson told Liberia Public Radio, we're not taking any more call on our mind. I will let Jerry respond to the few questions.
So is that Jerry affairs tonight?
Mr. So,
really?
We are here to discuss the issue affecting our brothers and sisters back home. And Jerry has a pertinent information about that. Very good information. So please, let's listen to Jerry, please, if you don't mind. Let me take this out. Jerry, hold on 1 minute. Let me take this other caller here, please.
So he's the
Samson to Liberia Public Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Last caller for the day. Go ahead, Mr. Cooper.
Good evening, Mr. Cole. How are you and the panel doing tonight?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you for the show. You are the best for the show, Mr. Cole. What I want to bring to your attention, they had a parable. They said a new ladder, no steamer. What I'm trying to say, we the supporter of Unity Party, If we see, if we cannot discipline ourselves, we cannot discipline the party, that means we'll be deceiving the Liberian people. I'm a member of the Unity Party, being executive from Liberia before I could travel. The party is not proceeding, the government is not proceeding the right way. Don't say the truth. Because I have not seen this happen.
Kopa, CDC people are listening to you. Yeah.
The devil that we dress, the devil we accept we disgrace the devil before the devil can start the NC correcting. No, there will be no party again that will win an election and tell the opposition person to bring that person, to make that person the chief of staff, to the president. We are proceeding wrongly with all the error that we are seeing. Why they are assisting from national social security get fired for going subordination, and the overall here were not fired because of what Grace asked the national social security person to buy SUV, which cost $170,000. You think Grace look at that man for the dismay that man, but the poor lady the one that suffered the pain today. Why Grace stopping the CEO, the security advisor to the president, not to answer to the president? I said the meeting, and there was serious confusion at the mansion. Close friends that work with the government to us. Okay. And we cover all more for the government to look us out good, and the people that are in the country, they are not feeding the president of the government. Are we treating the country correctly or party sentiment they want to carry on?
Okay.
Don't say the people.
Thank you, Kopa.
For the leadership and make correction. Thank you, Mr. Toh.
Thank you, Kopa. Jesus. I don't think I'm having a good, this is, but anyway, Teddy Lion call you, so.
I see Keto call you.
Oh, Jesus.
Yako? Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, never, you're not going to make it.
I thought the show was locked up after Terry Kimmy. But anyhow, okay, Teddy Lion, what? You will be the okay. Let me take Teddy Lion call, and then we'll go around.
Brother, so did you call your man in?
Of course he did. Teddy Lion, go ahead, my brother.
The doctor.
Teddy Lion, I call it.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, conclude. This is a rare conclusion that tonight. We want to stay, but we know Mr. Jerry, as you say, is the CEO of Waga Proxy Solutions. We know that UG Falcon in search of buyers, the media in the diaspora. And it won't be surprised that you give out public radio that will show that the conservative will stand our ground. Let me just give a little praise to Terry. Let him get to that. He always on CDC and Liberian. He might have some conservative truth in him when it comes to some truthful principles. Baga, you need to tell Baga the truth. The woman already feel already, and the way you go about things. Now, Uncle Bacon. Mr. Bacon is there to add up on your mission. It is wrong for Liberia. Public radio is we see as one of the integrity, all stations. And actually, support public radio. Honestly.
Thank you.
Seeing party
you just do that.
It is wrong.
Thank you, Teddy. Thank you very much.
Terry,
all right. Thank you.
It will not happen. He will just do that. Avatar on his show. Now he is not going to go to LPR. Hey, Dr. Jones. Good evening.
How are you, sir?
Good evening. Dr. Jones, good evening. Welcome on La Proper Radio. But let me go to Jerry.
The purpose go to Jerry. 555 times Jerry back on being speaking from Terry.
Mr. So, will you please? The people are being addressing Jerry. let Jerry respond to a few of the questions, and I will bring your you know. But anyway, Jerry, go ahead and respond.
Look.
Jerry, you might let me with me. You see what's going on, right?
So listen,
Esther Clark and the rest of the people, everybody watching what's going on.
The Liberian Public Radio is a radio that will share it very hard. And I am not here. I am not a spokesman for Mr. Boakai.
You can be said. Who cares?
Mr. So, let Jerry speak, please.
Look, let us forward ready.
A spokesman. Then you're talking about you're not a spokesperson. You are already.
Okay. Well, you know, I mean, people entitled to their opinion.
Exactly.
You know, look, I always say this: Mr. Boakai is the man of integrity. It's a man of principle. It's a man of toughness. It's a man who have an ambition, who have an agenda, where he want to carry Liberia. I know there's some missteps. Not a bit. Do I happy? No. But Mr. Boakai is a man with principle. There are things where he will address the issues. I have no doubt. Like I think maybe you were not on the air. I said when I went to Liberia, was in a meeting, and somebody said something, and he asked our president in the meeting, "You should be ashamed of yourself to ask such a question." And you know, so Mr. Boakai, yes. Do I happy? No. Of course.
Not happy.
No, Mr. So, will you please let Mr. Bacon explain himself freely without any kinds of interruption?
You know, these are the conservative when you're speaking.
Yeah, that's what they are. That's what they do. That's who they are.
You know, the true jobs are you know.
Yeah. You're right.
You know, just to distract you.
I think you know them. So I'm not going to say anything anymore. Since you know who they are, I believe you know how to deal with them. I will say no more. Let him go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Bagon.
What is this to them, people? This is unbelievable.
Mr. Boakai is in office for the next, go first, I'm not going to, for the next 6 years. And everything going to be bread and butter? No, even most of who are Christians. When Jesus came, people wanted to know who was he.
We're not going to just like.
No, I just want to make it. I want to put it to history.
I think you need to have a special service here on Sunday. With
no. I will preach. If you ask me to preach, I will do that. But let's have it, Mr. Boakai, folks. Let me look in the camera and say this: Mr. Boakai will deliver Liberia. All your pain and suffering is over. The days of discomfort is over. The day of hunger is over. The day, look.
You're not even looking in the camera.
I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking right in the camera.
Looking at the camera. How you know you're not looking at the camera?
I'm looking straight at the camera. I'm looking at the camera right now. I say, Mr. Boakai, hear your cry. Those people who family member were lost, Boakai will wipe your tears. Let me repeat, Mr. Boakai will wipe your tears. Those who are going hungry, Mr. Boakai will give you something. Please bear patient with us, with the administration. Mr. Boakai will wipe your tears. See what's going on? Like I said before, the tension in Liberia is reducing. People can look before then.
Hold on
one second, sir.
Mr. So.
Hold on 1 second. Go back 3-4 years ago. People have serving post coffee. By the time 4 o'clock, people were running home. They don't want to be in the street by 6 o'clock. Go to Liberia. How about that? I came back on the 29th of January. Okay? The tension is reducing, folks.
Can we talk what is happening now?
I just tell you, Mr. So, look, I'm not going to, the back of my office, I'm not going to dignify this thing there. That's, you know, that part of 50 years, so I'm not even going to pay attention to it. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful statement. I think you have done your job to convince the namesayer that this indeed President Buckeye is on the move. Let me say this to the IE number 9. You play football with Joy Weah, and we allow you to come on the platform to talk about Joy Weah, to promote President Weah. Now, Jerry is just giving. He's not here to promote, and he's not speaking for United Party North. He's speaking for President Buckeye, but he's saying what he knows and who he knows. So we have to accept that. He's not here to promote President Buckeye, nor is he here to speak on behalf of President Buckeye. But he's saying, I know what I know. He's speaking from experience, and let's accept that. Dr. Miles Jewell, thank you very much for joining us this evening. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. What's on your plate, sir?
Well, I think the time is fast spent already.
Definitely. We only have 5 more minutes.
And we'll just make a few comments until we can wait for tomorrow.
Tomorrow is tomorrow.
And
I don't want you to waste your breath, sir, because
and for those of us we managed to survive the political holocaust in Liberia from Tubman time, even though I didn't see him up to present. We cannot put our neck entirely on the chopping block for any African president. We can only try our best. And I think Terry is one of the supporters of or admirer of Joseph Boakai. But Terry solved all the problem on this platform. Maybe you were not listening, but I was listening when I was driving. He said Joseph Boakai as a vice president. He started seeing Joseph Boakai as president. And more besides, Joseph Boakai, 40 years of experience is helping him to come into the presidency. But Joseph Boakai is a presidential novice. He had never been tried and tested as a president of the Republic of Liberia. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt that there will be so many missteps. So as a diehard,
they don't even want to
talk about the missteps and make projection and wish him well. And this is where Terry is coming from. And I want to commend him. He must be the man of the day. 1, 2, in politics, there are 3 categories of personalities, especially the African politics, according to my sources. You have a population that are classified as the grievance seekers. You have another population that is classified as political prostitutes. Then the last population is the population they call the high-level chameleons. Nobody knows where they belong. So these 3 categories of population,
the liberals belong in our group.
We don't know
whatever you want to put me.
We don't know where to. I don't know who is in that category.
Tell a man. The liberal is there.
One thing I'm sure, Collins is not in that category.
Right.
From the
the doctor have indicated me.
Yes, he's not.
That is strange. Anyway,
in how much he wish well for the president, he equally wants to tell the president about some of his missteps.
Exactly.
And this is what the platform, I think, the CEO and I always stress here. And thank God, Collins is trying now to cross the river.
Yeah, the CEO, he was in Minnesota over the weekend.
Yeah,
he was in Minnesota over the weekend.
Yeah, however,
the liberal. Don't worry, I'm coming to Sacramento to you, liberal.
Yes, however, there can be no tangible peace in Liberia as long as the civil war remains unresolved. What is happening in Liberia now is fragile. If we're going day by day, nothing happening in our country, we thank God for that. We should thank God for that. Liberia is fragile. And the united government is taking Liberia in a direction to say that things are normal. Things are not normal in that country. Not at all. Security. Joseph Boakai told us about so many things. And in the so many things, I don't know what are the priorities right now. I don't know them. And security, if it's not one of the priorities right now for the common people on the ground, then that's a problem. We came on the platform and we said time and time again that Joy Weah was taking Liberia in the wrong direction.
He was one of those blowing that
A human rights report that came up, that report is still there. So many things that report tell us today. All right? The President Boakai came in with all wishing well he's our president. He made so many, he said so many things. But the question now is, there are tabletop issues affecting the people in Liberia right now. Tabletop issue. Are we focusing on some of those issues? President Boakai told us that he was going to declare his assets.
Which he did.
I'm coming now. And I want to commend him for that declaration. Part A, he said you are going to publish it. I don't want to ridicule him now on that. We are waiting for the publication of the assets.
You got a long way to wait.
All right?
There you go.
So people are saying it's too soon. It's not too soon. In politics, there's nothing soon in politics. We can use so many yardsticks and so many variables to project Joseph Boakai for the next 6 years. There are so many missteps that are going on now. The inauguration budget that coming now. The inauguration budget that involves a lot of money. Up to today, we don't know Joy Weah was one of Joy Weah approaches in his government.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you.
We don't know what has happened to the result of that. I mean, the outcome of that. So
thank you, Doctor.
And lastly, lastly, Mr. Bako I keep hearing him saying he knows Joseph Boakai personally. I don't know in what capacity anyway. But people who are looked up to already know Joseph Boakai personally are people who work with him. When you work with somebody, you tend to really understand the type of character you're working with and putting your name on the chopping board.
Thank you.
And Joseph Boakai was a patriotic president to us.
And he's not?
Joseph Boakai would have included his stewardship into the so-called audit he talked about.
Oh, my God. Thank you. Thank you. Well, the time has caught up with us. But Mr. Baker, you have something you want to say? You want to respond to that? Or
no. You know, did I come here and talk about political prostitute, political this, political? It's nonsense. Nonsense.
This is unbelievable. I told you that you are not friends.
Nonsense.
You're not going to be friends.
I don't know.
Somebody's on the phone.
No, hold on. I said, let me give the reference. Which book he recording to about the 3 items he talking about listed? Which book he talking about? Where he get his information from? That's number one. Look, folks, you don't have to work with somebody to know them personally. I can know you personally. It doesn't mean you must have to work together before I know you personally. You myself here, when you were doing your dissertation, they asked you for personal reference. You didn't work with these people. When you were doing your dissertation, they asked you before you went to school, you even do your graduate program, they asked you for personal reference. People, you don't work with them. To say, yeah, I work with a person before I got to know him personally. So I disagree with you. You know, a part of FTR. So I'm not even going to dignify it. Thank you.
Okay, that is cool language a man speaking so. Mr. Bagon went to cool. PTR.
Go ahead, Mr. Jerry. Go ahead.
I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, thank you. Well, folks, this is Samson told Liberian Public Radio. This show now has come to an end. I will just go around and ask the people to give us 1 second of their time. But I think I will give Terry 2 minutes, and then Dr. Mali and Mr. So 1 minute, 50 seconds. 30 seconds each, and then Jerry gonna have at least
the trouble you causing tomorrow. We don't want to feed him.
But me. Go ahead, Terry. Go ahead, Terry. Give us your closing, sir.
Oh, okay. So yeah, thank you for the show tonight. Even though we had a lot of jokes, but it is very important for us to note that this government is our government. And we brought this government to power by our little advocacy and, support. So we are also under obligation to protect her, making sure that she delivers on her promises. Because like I said, when I came to this platform, I think everybody here can bear me witness. I said that I'm neutral. I'm a neutral guy. I'm independent. All right. And I do not love President Walker, but I believe he's the best man for the job. And I had a divine revelation concerning his agenda and what that God have selected him for this position. And I have hope that what Mr. Bagon recommended, I have hope that he will deliver. But the way we see him proceeding does not augur well for us. So we have to bring it back. And to be honest with you, Mr. Bagon, if you go to the Bible, all the priests and all the kings, God selected them and he appointed them, but every one of them failed him, including David, that he said, "This is a man after my heart." So God can appoint you. He can select you for a job, and you can go to the job and choose your own path. I'm a religious man. That's why I don't want to go there with you on religious things, because it's not going to be good for the show. It's going to turn us into a whole lot of things. But politics, when it comes to politics, all right, and based upon our analysis, some of the decisions that we see that President Walker is taking, that is what got us to talk the way we're talking. But I believe that President Walker he still have the chance to make a serious difference. But he have two options. He have two things that he can be. He can only become one. One of the two, he can only become one of the two. He can be the guy that will say, you know what, I will build this legacy. I will build a legacy because I have only 6 years in power. Build this legacy that will make my name to be great forever. Remember in the history of Liberia, because I have nothing, I'm old, and my days are gone. Or he can be this person to say, you know what, I didn't get what I was supposed to get doing vice president work. Now is the time for me to get what I'm supposed to get and leave for my children a great portion that they will benefit from. And then I can protect myself by putting in Jeremiah Kuhn for the next 6 years and protect what I gather during my period. Or I can run again and maintain my position for the next 12 years until I die, make sure that my families are secure. So he could either become one of these two, and I pray he don't choose the second person. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mali, what will be your closing?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Mr. Bakun for his opposite view. I respect it, and these are his view. I respect a whole lot. And at some point, we interface probably behind closed doors. However, I just want to let us inform ourselves that Joseph Boakai, he just one man.
One good man.
I come in now. He just one man surrounded. I may want to say he's surrounded by a pack of wolves. Joseph Boakai is surrounded by a pack of wolves who are 3 times likely to contaminate his high-end reputable record. But for Joseph Boakai, for himself as a man, to say he's going to get involved in other things, I doubt that. The team Joseph Boakai working with, they are the one that are going to bury Joseph Boakai dream. Yes. He mean well for us. The trajectory he on now, he just one man. He don't have eyes all over. That's why he may try to make up a team. And all the team members, they have got different objectives, different mission, and different goal. So the noise that coming already, one man try to barricade the president, stopping other people from seeing him. These are weird stories. We don't want to hear those kind of story in the United Party at this time. No. You see, we said, Joe, we are taking Liberia in a different direction. We all agree in principle, all right? Is the puppet taking the government in a different direction?
No.
He put something under control. But the noise that coming is not healthy for the kind of man we have defined to be.
Thank you.
Yes, for the kind of man we have defined to be, and we are all agree he's our president. We got to work with him to carry him forward. The noise that is coming,
thank you,
it's not too fine. So as supporters and defenders, we should talk to the other people to the behind closed door. The noise should come down. And let's see.
I appreciate that. That's a good advice.
Yes.
Thank you. Jerry, go ahead, give us your closing, and then Mr. So can take us.
I thought Mr. So was coming in before Jerry, because Jerry is the Jesus Christ tonight.
Mr. So, Jerry, please. Fire.
No. Look, I agree with that. Look, Buckeye need to make some changes as soon as possible.
He's evolving. He's not static. This is what you need to know about people, Mr. So. Go ahead, Jerry, please.
I was not back wrong. Like my brother said, I agree with everything he said. I have nothing to counter. I just want to add to what he just said. He needs to make some changes. The people that he surrounds himself with, that will carry his agenda.
Terry.
Look, listen, I'm not here for Sasewu.
Oh my God.
Mr. So,
I came on the show
take us back to
please honest, to tell the people the truth as an analyst and to give my objective, what I think, and why it will be profitable to the Liberian people. That's what we are here for.
You're right.
What Jerry have said, I will cut off tomorrow to be on the program. Thank you, Jerry.
Okay. But let me say something.
Of course. Your show. You think you will miss it?
Let me
Jerry, please.
Let me just conclude. Mr. Buckeye is not there to enrich himself.
No.
And Mr. Buckeye wanted to enrich himself. He had worked all the years. Property-wise, the man got only 3 houses. One in Monrovia, one in Tomenburg, and one in whatever in Foya. That's it.
The one he just upgraded to first class, right?
Mr. So, please.
The man is the president of the Republic of Liberia. He was there. That's something what Mr. Buckeye won.
Mr. Buckeye.
The name of our president looking for you.
Mr.
Buckeye. They saw your house.
Are there no other property
hearings? Defending, but yes,
Mr. Mane, let him finish the closing, please.
Listen.
Bagon, go ahead.
Listen, folks. Mr. Buckeye is not here to enrich himself. He's not here to buy a plane. He get on the plane and say, today, I became somebody, my plane landed red, somebody borrowed to me. I've been using it for the past 6 years. No. Mr. Buckeye, he want to liberate Liberia. What I've taken from the Liberian people, he want to bring it back. And look, he want Liberia to be where we are. Look, let me do this. Yes, man. We got about what? Today, the 26th, we got about what? 4 more days. If you get diplomatic passports, you will turn it in. If you're not, I'm sorry, you go to the airport, you're not going nowhere. Custom going to send you right back. So, folks, there are a lot of things that's coming. Look, we want the best for Mr. Buckeye. I'm not here to defend Mr. Buckeye. But what I say here is, look, Mr. Buckeye want to do something better for the country. Like my brother said, Mr. Buckeye will build his legacy. When he leaves the office, people will say this is what Mr. Buckeye did when he was president. So thank you. for giving
Thank
me the
you.
opportunity.
Thank you. Well said. Well said. Well placed. Mr. So, thank you for coming tonight. It's been a wonderful time. If you want to make a closing, you got about 30 seconds. Go ahead. Let's hear from you.
No comment.
Mr. So,
Wow, trouble tomorrow. Liberal.
Mr. So, let's hear from you.
I said no comment.
So you can give me your time. You can say no comment.
No. We're not going to go from conservative to conservative on my platform, please. Mr.
Malik can
last time. Any comment?
Malik can use the time.
Oh, thank you, Mr. So. And I just want to share a few things here that the issue Mr. Bacon just raised, especially the issue of the passport. But to be very frank with you, I'm now looking at the government in a very different perspective right now. One, my hope here is that the government engage in something that will benefit the population. That's my prayer right now. Joseph Boakai will not wipe the tears of everybody in our country. Joseph Boakai will not protect everybody in our country. Joseph Boakai will not provide clean drinking water for everybody in our country. But Joseph Boakai can come with a plan of action between 6, 12, or 24 years. Even in his absence, we can move ahead with the plan. This is what I expect from Joseph Boakai. Yes. He has said so many things, like, for instance, the issue of the war crime, war economic crime, whatsoever. It may not even be within the purview of his 6 years. But he can get a plan. He can get a plan up, that action plan, so that when the next government comes, they move ahead with the plan. This is where my disappointment is. I don't see action plan right now on so many things, good things he talk about. For instance,
Thank you.
Yeah, for instance, the issue of the audit. When he said you are bringing John Molu on board, and you are contacting foreign firm to come and help with the process.
I want to talk about those things.
To come and help with the process, because CDC, they are saying it's a witch hunt. That was a brilliant idea. All right. What happened to John Molu up to today? Nobody knows. What happened to the audit? He selected 4 other areas. He did not tell us he coming to audit few areas. He said the outgoing government will be audited. You see? And we need to stand by our guns. If we're making changes, let's come back to the people. Say, look, based on some circumstances, A, B, C, D, and D, we said this, but we have to narrow it to this because of this. I will not come in the platform here and crucify the paper. It can't happen. Ali here educated me why is it that some things are not happening.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Marty. Let me say this here before we say good night to all of you. Many of you that have been watching this platform and been making some comments. We appreciate your comments. You don't have to be in support of my ideas. That's okay. Maybe I'm having a rough night tonight. That's okay. But what I do expect and what I do expect of myself is to be truthful. This government, we supported this government fully. And we made commitment on this platform that yes, indeed, we will criticize, but we will do so with responsibility. We will be truthful as well. Yeah, we poke fun here and there from time to time. But one of the main things I want many of you to understand is this. We have given this government, we made some commitment here, and we give this government 100 days. After the 100 days is over, we will assess and evaluate the standing, some of the comments that was made by President Boakai on this 100 days. And so what are those comments, even if they are not completed, whether they were even addressed? Those are the things that we're waiting for. One last thing I want to say. I was born in Town, in the village of the village of Toll Town. So not even in the town. When you dress a devil, you don't take the whatever the devil can wear, you don't take it out in public. When the devil, the kind of devil will dress in Toll Town, in the mask of the devil, you put pepper in there. And you put on the devil face so the devil will be good outside. You don't go and say, when the devil start behaving outside, then you go and take the mask out and say you clean the pepper. That's not what we do. This devil that I have addressed, and I'm saying to you, if I'm going to say something, yes, this is about our country and will be truthful. But I'm not going to be here to be bamboozled by these two conservatives for me to sit here and take their idea and accept whatever they're saying for me to come out here and make some ridiculous statement. Mr. So, the liberal is speaking, to come out here and make some ridiculous statement about my president. I'm not going to do that. One last thing I would say to you, the two conservatives and your audience, my hey faying your more, your hey faying my more. I'm a liberal. I evolve. Whatever is good for Liberia, I'm in it. If you want to know whether we will criticize this government, let's come in 100 days later. With that, I'll say it's been a wonderful Tuesday afternoon where I have the two conservatives. Mr. So was on here crying for his buddy to join him because he knew he was in hot water. And then finally, the buddy came in, or a PhD. The PhD buddy came in and he decided to tell us he got his PhD in African politics, where African politicians are not prostitute politicians, or whether they're a comedian. And Mr. So is telling you that the liberal is part of the comedians of his PhD narrative here this afternoon. Folks, this is something that we're going to take on tomorrow. Please join us tomorrow on Mr. So's show. They're not going to push this liberal away. I am the counterweight on this platform, and they know it. President Buckeye would deliver. President Buckeye would deliver, folks, on a very serious note. This man didn't come to this position at this late age of his life to squander the opportunity Liberians have given him. I don't know him, they don't know me. But from all indication, President Buckeye has the good heart for Liberia, and he will deliver. Now, I gave you some scenario yesterday. Those that are trying to put President Buckeye in the bubble, they will not succeed because there are many Liberians that are also around President Buckeye that want to make sure that Liberia is successful. So please, don't be afraid. President Buckeye is your president, and let's love him, and let's help to build Liberia. Thank you very much, Mr. So.
What you did to me, I am an Israeli. So,
Mr. Great. So, I'm the board chair. You can't do nothing to me on the show.
I will see you tomorrow. But on a serious note, I got a staggering news, but I was in Minnesota during the, it's amazing. The politics in Liberia, I got a credible information. Some of the things that led to the failure and some of the people that took on Mr. Cummings and to get him to be where he is. Wow. I was shocked.
We need to hear that breaking
news. I was shocked. And even, and this is a close confidant, an event that the president did visit Mr. Cummings, that he was not involved in taking him to the courts. He paid a call, and the president pointed it out, and that seems to be the case. Wow, it's interesting. I'm waiting to see.
We'll listen to you tomorrow.
I'm waiting to see. I'm not sure whether you even want to be part of the conversation tomorrow, but let's see. Maybe if I go to bed tomorrow, if I sleep well and everything goes fine, and see how the day looks like. And I will ask you to place a call.
CEO, we are in a democratic dispensation now. The issue of excluding people because of their opinion and their stand.
Yeah, the man who want to bring capital punishment in Liberia, he's not trying to.
I'm pleading for the liberal. Now you're taking me into a different direction.
Dr. Jones, how long you been here for the last few minutes? You ever heard me speaking? This guy tonight, he and Mr. Jerry Bacon, who is the new preacher man on this network now, which is Keep Faith. They were in a boat that was built by I don't know the Bible. And something just allowed him tonight. They were just going. So the liberal has managed to liberalize this guy, and they think they're going to liberalize this network and have their way. But I can tell you, I don't allow things to go free. You punch me in my face tonight, get ready. I will punch in your eyeball as well. You are most welcome to participate. You are most welcome to participate. I will be in charge. Mali will be here. Terry will be here. If Mr. Bacon comes, whether you have the opportunity to speak as well, say he enjoys all of you. I am going to put in that same basket of deplorable to that of the liberal now. So
maybe tomorrow you do some conspiracy, you will not put me on a network. Maybe that's what it is.
CEO, even though you want to take your stand, but we also got to understand the constitutional right of these people. Their freedom of expression, the freedom of opinion.
Dr. Allen White, good night. Good night.
All right.
Okay, good night, folks. Jerry, thank you.
There are some people we need not to plead for them. And that's what I problem you can always get with me. You want to come plead for the liberal, and you know what liberal and Jared, they here tonight?
No, the problem is that I don't want for Mr. Bacon to be a sacrificial lamb in this thing. Because
somebody have to make the sacrifice.
He's also a facilitator. He enjoys the behaviors of the liberals, so he will also pay the price.
But Mr. Bacon, he too is changing now. He's trying to be a real objective liberal.
I will see what I change tomorrow. When I change tomorrow the way it's supposed to change, I gain 2 seconds. He changed. So good night.
All right. Good night, folks. Good night to all of you.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Good night, Mr. So. Again, folks, Samson told Liberian Operator, the Libra is heavy tonight, and he's well loved on this platform. I want to thank you guys very much for tuning in again. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. We say thank you. Mr. So, I will ask him tomorrow because I don't know how to operate this thing for my name to appear when I come on air. So I will ask him tomorrow how he does it, and of course he's gonna have to show me. But I don't know how, because when you guys saw when we first started here, our name wasn't appearing until Mr. Soul came in, and then
go ask Jerry, go ask Jerry. Me, I will show you. Yeah, I don't even talking. Go ask Jerry and ask Joseph Waka to show you it. Bye bye.
Okay. Again, folks, we're having fun here on Liberian Operator. Despite all of our trouble, we're still able to laugh because that's what our brother will want us to do anyway. But let's tune in tomorrow for Mr. Soul Show, and we will be able to have more fun and some serious conversation as well. Again, folks, Samson told Liberian Radio. I want to thank all of you again tonight for tuning in. Thanks for all the comments. Those of you that call, we say thank you very much. I'm surprised Walter Carter didn't call tonight. Wilton Carter usually call. He didn't call tonight. So Walter, if you're listening, we say we missed your call. I number 9 call, and he brought him to all kind of tabata. But I was able to let him know because he used to play football with Georgia. So he good friend to Georgia, and he wanted to say something else. So we'll address that. But no, honor, very serious now. All of you, Breakable, Teddy Lion, all of you guys are just wonderful when you guys call in. Esther, my Esther, thank you for all of the writing. I'm sorry if I gave you a headache tonight, This is the Liberal. We say we welcome all of you that are continue to make this comment. And one of the things that I respect for, especially my Esther and everyone else, one of the things that I respect and I really admire of them, in as much as they were agitated by my attitude or my comment or everything else, they were never rude. They were always on point what they believe in, but they were able to control their talking point and not be rude. This is amazing. You don't see that on many platforms. I think the Liberian Public Radio supporters and the guests, the participant on this platform, they're very respectful to each other, and we respect each other's view. And that is something that we take to heart and we really, really do appreciate. Again, I want to say thank you very much. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. Let's continue to pray for one another and keep us in your prayer as well as this major tragedy in our circle to ease out the family, to have peace. Again, thank you, Samson to Liberian Public Radio. Good night, folks.
Yo.